And when I'm looking, I want to think about looking in 4 corners, like a rectangle. We have to go all the way out till our knee, thumb, and mirror are over the second limit line so that we can see up and down the hill for cross traffic. And just like the car ahead of me, I'm going to stop on my stop stamp, look, and then go because it's safe. Hey, this is Jacqueline, and for the next few minutes, we're going to talk about a good route for a first driving practice. When you're first learning to drive, it's really important that you're intentional about where you start practicing. Make sure you choose a quiet space that's safe for you and everybody else. In your first drive, you're going to get comfortable moving the car, understanding how to stop in the proper placement, and just generally getting comfortable on the road. So I chose a spot that's a long, straight road, and I would encourage you to find a spot like that too. Ask a friend, ask a neighbor who's also learned to drive recently, and find out what places are the best for new drivers. Once you've chosen your location, you'll want to get comfortable in the car, set your mirrors, and then start driving. Your goal when you're driving is to incorporate all the road rules that you learned when you were studying for your permit. And again, just get comfortable putting those rules into practice out on the road. And sometimes just driving straight is a lot for a new driver. When you're first learning how to stop, it can be confusing knowing when to start pressing on the brake. One of the things that I recommend to support my students is to identify the stop as you're going down the road and just get a sense of where your stop is. So for me, I'm already looking at the red signs. I'm noticing the white stop stamp on the ground, and I'm looking at the yellow limit line. I'm applying slight pressure to the brake, and my goal is to come to a complete stop behind the limit line. And by choosing a long, straight road, I get to focus on perfecting that pattern, approaching the stop sign, thinking about my goal and where I want to stop, and applying just the right amount of pressure on the brake so that I can arrive slowly and cautiously and come to my full stop smoothly. It is so important to make a full stop at every stop sign so that you have time to check for pedestrians and then, of course, start going when it's your turn. And so far, we haven't had any unexpected challenges, which is what I hope for you when you first start practicing. I hope you can find a road like this, a long, straight road where you get to practice staying between your limit lines. So your only stress is thinking about your lines and the speed limit. And sometimes that's enough. Sometimes new drivers find it challenging to stay centered in their lane, so it can be really helpful to focus on the stamps on the ground. As I'm coming up to my first lane split, I'm going to stay focused on the center lane, the white arrow, and I'm going to count on that to guide me into my next safe stopping place. And while I'm here, I'm just noticing that my left knee, my left thumb, and my left foot are guided directly over or under, but it looks like I can look over that speaker box to the yellow stripe. And that helps guide me into my new lane placement, a little bit to the left because the road shifted slightly. So after going straight and stopping in my stop signs and just getting comfortable on the road, that slight little adjustment to that intersection wasn't too much of a challenge. And I know it might sound simple, but really and truly, when you first start driving, your focus is just on getting comfortable, going straight. Going straight by a school and observing the speed bump sign. And I'm not even gonna use my brake. I'm just gonna ease off the gas a little bit. That helped my speed drop slowly down to 20. And then I accelerate gently to get back up to 25. So everything just as smooth and controlled and easy as it can be. So in these few stops, we've been able to look at our stop stamp, our left and right limit lines, the stamps on the ground that are visuals that we get to track. I'm allowing my left foot and my left thumb and my left knee to just be my guide, so that even when I have to slightly adjust because the road curves, I can do that really comfortably, and I don't work too hard in my arms. My stop stamps are super helpful, so I know just where to stop and look, and then I get comfortable going when it's my turn. I know when I come to a stop, I have to look, and then I get to go. And when I'm looking, I want to think about looking in 4 corners, like a rectangle. It's important for me to look at every corner for pedestrians that might want to cross. And that's what those yellow signs are showing me back there. All along that way, I got to just drive straight and feel comfortable, getting used to the flow of traffic. And now I'm going to make a left turn. And here my challenge is looking for pedestrians up and over the bushes and down the sidewalk, advancing to my visibility spot. And that can be kind of scary for new drivers. We have to go all the way out till our knee, thumb, and mirror are over the second limit line so that we can see up and down the hill for cross traffic. I also have to keep track of that left corner over there, just in case any pedestrians were coming. And only when it's clear from all the directions do I get to go. I'm going to pick up on another straight road, again just modeling that your job as a new driver, when you're first getting used to driving, is to just find comfortable places to practice. At first, you want to have a quiet neighborhood where you can just practice following the lines without too many things coming from different directions. Because neighborhood speed is consistently up to 25 miles an hour in all residential areas, it's a good idea to choose a residential area that's nearby so that you can get that good practice that's going to serve you well. You're always going to get that slow start in a neighborhood. 25 is a safe speed. It's a good speed to just start getting comfortable with. And while I'm going straight, I begin to get comfortable with the idea that I'm on the main road. Lanes from the right and left have stop signs. And my only caution is looking right and left, making sure there are no pedestrians waiting to cross. And as long as it's safe, I get to keep going forward. And really and truly, that is one of the hardest things for new drivers, just understanding when to take the right of way. Running a driving school isn't easy. Between high operating costs, managing student requests, and delivering top-notch instruction, it's a lot. Zutobi Instructor helps smooth out your day-to-day operations with features like automated scheduling and online payments. You'll also get our best in the nation in-class and online curriculum with engaging videos, immersive driving simulations, and more. Driving schools all over the country are already making the switch and loving the results. It's super simple to get started. Visit Zutobi.com to book a demo or click the link in the description. And I think that we have done enough driving straight. We pulled away from the curb and we practiced driving straight, going through several intersections, adding a little bit of challenge with some slight rerouting of the road, but mostly just working on keeping our elbows comfortable, our thumbs up, and getting comfortable in the car and driving straight. I hope that you have a great car coach, that you take a look at your neighborhood map and find a long straight road that you can travel, and that you just keep getting out there and keep practicing. It'll get easier and easier the more time you practice. Have a great rest of your day. Bye-bye.